Hello, this is Varigata, and today I want to take you on a calm and thoughtful journey into the afterworld. A world with a multitude of paths and myriad choices, one in which you need to not only solve the puzzles and challenges you encounter, but where you also need to face and understand the puzzles you experienced in life. I present to you How to Say Goodbye, a charming narrative puzzle game covering themes of love, heartache, loss, confidence, and yearning. Sendak has had a rather unfortunate day and finds himself in the afterlife, quite unexpectedly. However, Sendak seems to have a rather positive outlook, all things considered. At least he can see his brother Tomi again. All he has to do is actually find him. To do that, Sendak needs to manipulate the very fabric of his surroundings, moving furniture, finding keys, forging entirely new paths, and just generally feeling his way around each environment. Every level features a short puzzle game to solve and things to think about. The keys unlock doors, but also memories, which Sendak needs to confront or query before moving on. The grid on which Sendak is placed can be pulled into better positions to drag useful objects closer or push Sendak in the right direction. I get the impression he needs a little push every now and again, just to give some encouragement. It's not all quiet puzzles and excitedly finding long-lost siblings. This game urges both you and the ghostly characters to accept their limitations, process their own death, and mourn what they have lost before they can properly move on. The demo seems quite calm, but there are hints that deeper feelings will be brought to the surface in later stages, so whilst it's not necessarily a bouncy game, it is, it's comforting. But it's a straightforward look at the stages of grief or longing. But it's by no means melancholic, and I would not consider it dull either. There is actually quite a bit of hidden subtlety. For example, I noticed the shadows cast are actually grasping hands, desperate to drag you off course. Or, in another example, once we eventually find our big brother Tomi, he doesn't necessarily follow the obvious path of joining us on our adventure. No. We need to grow and develop ourselves in our own way, making our own decisions, and our own very special and unique little mistakes along the way. I really liked that plot point. I thought it could lead to some interesting forks further down the road, perhaps to us failing even, or maybe just surprising ourselves. Of course, poor Sendak cannot just waltz in and out of the afterlife. He needs to pass the malignant spleens, which seek only to dissuade, undermine, and interrupt would-be travellers trudging their way through these liminal spaces. The puzzles in this demo are not particularly difficult, so I think the narrative part of the game will have to pull its weight a little bit more to keep the players entertained. This is just the demo though, so these interactions could get harder as we progress. The description on the Steam page seems to suggest other ghosts will need guidance, so maybe this demo only shows one possible route for one possible ghost. In any case, How to Say Goodbye reminds me of another game, a game that I started playing last year called Spiritfarer, which involves taking charge of a boat to assist spirits in comfortably crossing underworld seas to their final resting places. You need to build so you're given a boat, you need to upgrade it yourself, you need to understand the spirits that you're transporting, you need to assist them, help them, encourage them. You're not just ferrying them about, you are also talking to them and sort of helping them to come to terms with what's happened and helping them reach the next stage of their existence. So I think there are quite a few parallels between these two, although Spiritfarer is more of a building, collecting, exploring, sailing game rather than a puzzle game. But still, there's lots of parallels there, so I think if you find How to Say Goodbye an interesting concept, then you might also like Spiritfarer. Both games enjoy pretty graphics, with How to Say Goodbye veering more towards comic or children's book illustrations. And indeed, actually, the creators of this game themselves say it was inspired by illustrations in children's books. For example, from Tommy Ungerer, Tove Jansson, Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, Maurice Sendak, as well as amongst others. So you can also see where they got a couple of their names from. Another related game is the Last Campfire, which was one of my favourite games of the year so far, and I desperately need to start playing it again. I only played it for a little while at the beginning of the year, and I just haven't had the time to commit to it thus far, but I have now more time, so I'm definitely ready to revisit it. It's another puzzle-based sort of narrative game, this time non-linear, where you assist embers on a treacherous journey through their own mysterious world in a life-affirming quest to find home. I intend to feature both of these games on my channel in the future, so if you like this sort of thing, then I urge you to subscribe now, in readiness. How to Say Goodbye is designed and created by Florian, Veltman and Baptiste Portefaix, and published by ARTE France. Envisaged as a way to deal with the inevitability of loss, it uses inspired links to such techniques as risograph prints and screen printing to present an alternating warm and cool afterlife that challenges you to consider your decisions and the paths you wish to take. Who are you, really? Is the person you were before the same as you are now? Why not? Do you think you will be the same in your afterlife? The creators describe their game as one that plays like a Rubik's Cube and looks like a picture book, which I think is very apt. If you like the feel of it, you can play the demo on Steam right now, and you can look forward to the full release later in 2022. Of course, there is one final question. Does Sendak venture forth into the great unknown, or does he succumb to the flailing spleens? Well, you'll just have to play the game and find out. I am Varigata, and I would like to thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please have a look at the game. I believe it's available on Steam at the moment, but may be getting a possible release on mobile. And I will see you when I see you.